자, 얼른 코탈로 팔 달아주러 가자.
Hey, Kotalo. I'm by the Tremor Tusk site, where we agreed to meet. Want to test that new arm of yours?
I'll be there shortly.
팔 달고 올까?
Thank you for waiting.
아, 뭐야.
Maybe now you can tell me what we're doing here?
Not just yet. Follow me, please.
막고라 하자고 할 것 같아.
Someone's being awfully
죽이라고?
mysterious.
You took your sweet time telling me what you wanted to do to the bulwark. Consider this my revenge.
Fair enough.
대체 뭘 하려고 저러지?
This is it.
What am I looking at?
Oh, you'll see. Come.
All right, talk to me, Kotalo.
I wish to test the arm on that.
저게 뭔데?
It has menaced the valley for some time. Killed more than a few of the Sky Clan. But no longer.
I'm honored to help.
팔 레이저 나가는 거지? 뭐야, 손가락은 왜 또 달다 말았어? 알겠다. 저 빈 손가락 쪽에서 도라이바 나오는 거지?
Let's see how this thing likes the taste of metal.
This will be over quick with frost ammo.
You clipped it. Good.
오우, 야, 깜짝 놀랐네. 오, 저 멀리 있는데 여기까지 날라오네.
Do you need ammunition?
어서 오세요. 놀랄만하지. 저 멀리 있었는데 갑자기 막 뛰어왔다고. 심장이야?
Well, I think it's safe to say the new arm works fine.
Agreed.
실망스럽다 진짜.
Then why are you taking it off?
This is what I am now. What I overcame. Anything else feels wrong.
그치.
Like a
레이저가 안
disguise.
나가는 의심은
I'll
끼고
use the
싶지
new arm
않지.
when I need it, but the rest of the time, I will simply be myself.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
You have my thanks for doing this with me.
어서 오세요.
Here. Something to mark our victory.
Thank you. I'll see you later then.
The ten be with you, Aloy.
아니, 안 낄 거면 뭐하러 테스트한 거야? 근데 저 마음도 조금 이해는 돼요. 생각보다 별론 거지. 막 레이저 나오고, 로켓 점프도 할 수 있고, 고기도 구울 수 있고, 막 그럴 줄 알았는데 아무 기능이 없잖아. 어서 오세요. 네, 어서 오세요.
Please, could you
고기
spare a
굽는
moment?
건 중요하지.
Ancestor, please. It's about my brother. I don't mean to disturb you, but I've run my requests through every channel and I've gotten nowhere.
Just take me through it.
Apologies. My name is Jomar. I'm the weapons officer for this
이제
expedition.
얼마 안 남았겠죠?
It's my job to
스토리도
ensure the troops are armed and prepared for what's out there.
이제 스트레인지 머시갱이를 좀
My
구해놔야겠구나.
younger brother, Oris, his unit was sent to scout the tower on the northern side of the island. They should have returned by now. The Overseer has denied my request for a search party, and defying him would mean dismissal. Or worse.
You think they might be alive?
Oris has been obsessed with San Francisco ever since I can remember. He jumped at the chance to join this expedition. I have to
타임을
believe that fate
세팅하느라
wasn't
엔딩까지
cruel enough to
열심히
make this
걸었다고?
place his tomb.
아마 저기
If you help
뭐
me,
지도 다
I'll
밝히고
get you
다닌다거나
access to
하면은
any
시간이
weapon
훨씬
in my
더
stock.
오래 걸릴 것 같긴
If I
한데
make my way up north, I'll look for your brother.
이런 장르는 어쩔 수가 없나 봐. 처음에는
If it
와
helps,
물음표 다
my
뒤지고
brother carried
다녀야지
an
막
ancestral
지도 다
relic with
밝혀야지
him.
그랬는데
I believe your focus might be able to pick
하다
it up.
보니까 귀찮아서 다
What
넘기게
kind of
되네.
relic?
A small metal piece dangling from a chain with a hologram of San Francisco, which is why my brother always had it with him. The diviners speculated it was some
전설템
kind of beacon,
전설템
inviting
세팅만
the
멋있다고요?
ancestors to visit
뭐
the city.
풀강한다거나 뭐 그런 식으로.
Speculated.
못생겼어.
네가 더 못생겼어.
It was deemed lost knowledge. If my brother truly is gone, could you maybe bring the relic back for me? It meant so much to Oris. I'd like to keep
유비
it
게임
safe
특이라고요?
for him.
근데 얘도 시스템이 유비 거의 유비야. 거의 유비가 아니고 유비랑 다른 게 뭔가 싶어.
Hey, Alva. I'm in landfall. Can you meet me here?
I'll be there as soon as I can. Aloy! I'm here. Had to sneak past a few machines on the way, but I made it.
All right. Ready to talk to that diviner?
Yes. He's right over there.
방어구 업그레이드.
Diviner Alva, what are you doing back in landfall?
어깨뽕 뭐야?
And with the living ancestor?
We're looking for the At Bay Research Center, where Leviathan was developed.
색이 저래서 그런가
The
피콜로
legacy
같네.
tells us it's somewhere in the city.
Alva mentioned you've been collecting data in the area. Do you know where it is?
Yes, I stumbled across it, but there was no
어디야?
data there, only crumbling ruins.
Tell us anyway. We might be able to find something you missed.
Please, don't trouble yourself. I assure you, our search was very thorough.
You're hiding
플스
something.
5 사서 가장 재밌게 한 게 아스트로라고요?
That is absurd. A diviner must only
틀린
speak
말은
truth,
아닌
as
것
you're
같아.
well aware.
플스 독점이잖아.
Oh, you're worried you found something dangerous. Something compromising on Eileen Sasaki?
Keep your voice down.
Look, I get it, Nirik. You want to make it back to your family, so it's safer to turn a blind eye. But think of Leviathan. How it could help everyone. Isn't that why we're here? Don't let fear deny us that.
Very well. The facility's just south of here along the shore. But even if you find a way to fix Leviathan, it's sure to be shrouded in that which is forbidden.
Too often the truth is
로얄?
forbidden.
로얄은 PC판으로도 나왔죠?
Let's go.
뭐? 그렇게까지 해도 재밌어? 그 정도로 갓겜이었단 말이야? 아닌가? 그거 저기 외전으로 나온 게 PC판이 있는 건가?
Not bad with that diviner back there. You've come a long way since we first met.
Nirik's like I used to be. Terrified of a misstep.
이름이 생각이 안 나네.
And with the overseers, he has every right to be. But what I've seen and learned
스크럼.
since the greenhouse, it's so much more than what we're permitted. Diviners are supposed
페르소나
to seek
격겜도
truth,
스팀에
and yet so
나왔더라고요.
much is kept from us. That should be the facility ahead. We need to find a way in.
그것도 정사라는 게 좀 어이가 없지.
Up here. Well, Nirik wasn't lying about crumbling ruins at least.
Aloy, why is the ground
look around.
shaking?
That's not good. Whatever it is.
저는 격게임은 사실
Whoa, that is
Time to fight.
스포츠 계열
take
게임들은
it out if
재미를
you
못
wanna find that
느끼겠더라고요.
Okay. I'm with you.
아 짜릿하다. 저것도 반짝이는 것도 약간씩 하는 것 같은데. 가만히 있지 않나. 정정당당히 겨루는 거 별로라고? 뭐? 어이없네. 이게 정정당당한 거야. 진입장벽이 있잖아. 어려운 게임이라서 그런 거지. 이렇게 음파를 쏴야 되는 거야? 잠시만요. 질 것 같으면 내뽀판다고? 진짜 어이없다. 님들한테 저는 도대체 무슨 데미지인 거죠? 대난투도 격게임이니까 어쨌다고? 그건 포켓몬 나와서 한 거야. 그간에 언행을 분석해서 객관적으로 한 거라고요? 아, 객관성이 너무 떨어지네요. 비추합니다. 뭐래 못생긴 게.
Well, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
We should be able to look around for that data now. The source of that signal must be close.
청문회 연적이냐고요? 아 몰라요. 기억 안 나요. 무슨 얘기하는지 잘 모르겠어요.
It's no good. Can't use the polecaster on that. Through here.
After you.
Going for a swim.
At least the water's not freezing. Look at this place. I always try to imagine what it must have been like back when the old ones were here.
It's less of a climb, I bet. Come on, let's check the upper floors.
이 뭐지? 바깥에 있네. 기억이 안 난다.
There.
몰랐다. 이거 완전
The
뭐?
console.
완전
Must
뭐?
have been what Neric found.
Let's see if it has anything on Leviathan. The data on Leviathan isn't here. But there's some kind of log.
메인 퀘스트는 몇 개 남았을까요? 가이아한테 이제
But Miss Sasaki, when you look at the reports,
스파이스패스 흡수하는
3,000
미션
exhibiting
받고 그
symptoms.
다음에 한 2개
Over
정도 더 있으려나?
400 dead. The data's clear. Omarama is contaminating the water supply, promoting bacterial growth. And with Leviathan based on the same architecture,
You're a smart kid. Top of your class, right?
뭐? 존예는 아니잖아.
World class talent like you. And you know what else is world class? Our legal
네,
team.
그거 하기
So
전이에요.
unless you want to spend the rest of your career in some dead-end, underfunded public research institute, you'll delete that database and forward all data on Leviathan to my office.
메인키 4개? 얼마 안 남았네.
That was her. The ancestor. Eileen Sasaki. Hundreds dead. And she knew their system was to blame, but she had the truth erased. Were all the ancestors like this? Selfish, ruthless, immoral? And yet we hold them up as paragons of enlightenment and virtue. Given what we've learned, I don't even know if Leviathan will work.
Hold on. Let's not give up just yet. You said before that the old ones use Leviathan to
아니
control
뭐
flooding.
게임 패스 마냥 할 만한 것도 없으면서 뭐 자꾸
worked.
티어를 다는데.
We'll know more when we find the data on it. The recording mentioned a copy was sent to Eileen's office.
To their corporate headquarters. There. Let's go.
인간의 본성은
It shouldn't take us
변하지
long to get to
않는다를
the tower.
정하고 싶은 것 같다고요.
Lead on.
그래도 이런 종류는 결과적으로는 다 인간 참가로 가지 않아? 그래도 인간이 희망이다 뭐 이런 거.
So what was that other system the recording mentioned? Omu Ramba?
The legacy tells us it was the predecessor to Leviathan, a system that manipulated floods to bring life to a barren desert.
Quinn seemed to know a lot about this ancestor.
Diviners spent years trying to figure out how to restore Leviathan. We found a lot of data on Eileen Sasaki in the process.
Entrance is blocked.
Now I wonder how
Gonna have
much
to
of
find
it is
another way
actually
in.
true.
뭐하니?
The soldiers built a path on the nearby ruin.
뭐하냐고?
Might be able to
어디로
cross
갈
over
거야?
from there.
Lead the way.
어서 오세요.
I think this is as far as our soldiers got.
We'll have to climb higher to get to the tower.
I'll follow your lead.
힘도 좋아.
Up we go.
절로 안 되나? 아니 이러면 매달려줘야 되는 거 아니야? 맞은편에 구동 하나 있던데. 안 매달려주네.
You doing okay, Olva?
Yes. Don't worry about me.
솔직히 이 정도는 걱정해줄 만한데. 아 왜 이렇게 깜깜해 도대체가. 어서 오세요.
Glinthawk. Great.
Did it see us?
I don't think so, but we'll have to be careful.
How are we going to get across?
Oh, that beam looks promising.
얘 고릴라 유전자 섞었다니까 그냥 인간이 이럴 수가 없어.
This is a lot higher up than I thought.
그래서 소백 클론인데도 멍청한 거라고.
Glenn talks. Well,
이런
maybe element of
시대면은
surprise.
그래도
Or we could sneak by and, you know, not fall off the tower.
고릴라 섞은 게 잘한 선택이었어. 네, 다 유전자 강화시킨 것 같아요. 뭐 얘네들은 암벽 타는 게 다 기본적으로
I've heard
다
our soldiers say the Glinthawks are the
내장이
worst.
돼 있잖아. 이 정도 암벽은 아무렇지도 않아.
Up this way.
생존 클라이밍.
Aloy, we're really high off the ground.
You can do it, Alva, okay? Just don't look down.
Right. Of course. Super easy.
There's the tower. Should be able to cross over.
Aloy,
I'm okay. Clear some of that debris first. Should be able to make it to the other side.
여기 점프로 넘어가죠? 밑에.
Made it. Okay, Alva, your turn.
right.
Better make sure Alva
Yeah.
makes it across. Let me
Aloy?
take a look at this.
Can you watch me and make sure I do this right?
아, 알아서 해. 진짜 뭐 이렇게 낑낑거려. 암호 힌트. 앱베이가 설립된 월 그리고 연도 순이라고. 그건 어디에 써 있는데?
Aloy?
아이 좀 그냥 좀 오지. 이걸 봐야 돼? 봐줘야 돼?
Come on, Alva. You can do it. It's okay.
Please don't break.
Alva!
I'm okay. Wow. That would have been a long way to fall.
무슨 목숨 걸고 하네.
Oh, door's locked. You sure you're okay?
Yeah. No, I'm fine. Let's keep going.
설립된 연월은 또 어디서 본대?
This says the code is the month and year the company was founded.
According to the legacy, it was
아, 얘가
October
알려주는구나.
2023.
So the got it. So the company was founded in October. Maybe the date on the. So the company was founded in October.
Which is the 10th month of the year.
Cost reduction strategy. We're talking about people's lives here. I did as you asked on Omuramba, but this is worse.
Relax, Eileen. I've spoken with risk management. They're confident that the chance of another incident is within acceptable parameters. We're moving ahead with Leviathan.
You know, Dad, shortcuts have a way of catching up with you. Within acceptable parameters or not.
Well, one day in the distant future when you're in charge, You can run things how you want. But until then, how about you let me worry about that?
Guess Eileen and her father didn't always get along. But it seems like covering up Omuramba wasn't her idea.
Doesn't matter. She still had a part in it.
Well, let's keep going. Her office must be higher up.
Dead end. There's a ladder in that shaft, but it's blocked.
I might be able to pull the rubble out from the other shaft.
이렇게 하는데도 놀라지도 않아.
You go on ahead. I'll look for a way up that has a lesser chance of falling to my death.
Okay.
아이고.
Hey, Alva?
Yes?
There's something I don't get. You said Eileen was the one who built Leviathan, not her father, so what happened?
I'm not sure. The legacy doesn't say. Either that knowledge is lost or forbidden. Or maybe we were wrong about that too.
혹시 이거 고릴라 죽었다고? 이쪽이었네.
Are you doing okay?
이게 되냐고.
Yeah, it's just a long way up. Whoa. That.
그래서 점프 안 될 것 같은데. 아이 뭐야. 저기 점프하는 데가 있긴 한데 여기 다음에 아이고 뭐야 아 나 떨어져. 저기 다음에 어디로 가야 될지 모르겠네. 저 위로 그냥 점프하는 건 아니고. 저거 있는데. 위에 이 두 군데 말고는 뭐 더 없어 보이는데. 저기. 점프하면 매달려지나? 되네.
Now, how to get up high? How about you, Alva? Any luck finding a way up?
Not yet.
Whew. Well, that's done with.
어쨌든 제가 쫓아올 거잖아. 그럼 제가 가는 길이 훨씬 더 안전할 텐데 굳이 이렇게 무식하게 가야 되나?
Okay, I'm back at the shafts. If I blow up that fire beam, the elevator might
얘가
fall
길을
and
뚫어주는
open up a
거네.
path for Alva. Hey, Alva? Step away from the shaft.
Whoa! Oh, I can reach the ladder now. Be right up, Aloy.
Looks like there's another floor above. Might be Eileen's office.
Okay, I'll meet you up there.
All right, Alva's on the way. Let's see what's up here. Another locked
Made
door.
it!
Need to figure out the passcode.
These artifacts, I think these were Eileen's. It's every diviner's dream to discover even one of the ancestors' artifacts.
And maybe they'll help with the door.
That must be the Larson McCory Award.
아, 잠깐 걔가
The
짖어가지고요.
legacy says Eileen won it when she was 40 for her work on Leviathan.
Interesting.
그래서 여긴 또 비번 뭐야? 아까 얘 무슨 얘기지? 얘가 얘기하는 게 힌트
That
아니었을까?
must be the Dragonfly 6. Abe used
시간
it
지나면 알아서
in most of
얘기하겠지.
their construction projects. The Dragonfly 6 was their most successful model.
Huh. What was this called again?
The Dragonfly 6.
설마 이거 하나씩 이름
Focus, see anything?
설마 이름으로
Remind me, what was this called?
The Dragonfly 6.
It's art, I think.
Could it be? Yes, I think this was commissioned in honor of the company's 25th anniversary.
This looks like some kind of prototype.
For water purification. Must be the H2 flow.
What?
H2 flow. Their early inventions had strange names.
How old was Eileen when she won this award?
40.
All the numbers you mentioned. I wonder if they make up the passcode.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
(40회) 2에다가 그러니까 25주년에다가 6?
That didn't do anything.
거꾸로일까?
I thought that would have worked. Did we overlook something?
저기 나오는 숫자 개수는 맞는데 그럼 그 중에 있는 거 아닐까?
Not quite right.
서순을 어떻게 해야 될까?
The two artifacts on the ground. Maybe they used to be on opposite pedestals. Could try my focus, see what it picks up.
뭐? 또 뭐 마주 보는 데다 놔야 돼?
What was this thing again?
The H2 flow.
아니 숫자는 나왔잖아요. 숫자는 나오고 개수는 맞으니까 저기 중에는 있을 텐데 어떤 서순으로 하는 걸까? NPC가 기다리면 깝깝해서 얘기해주지 않을까? 찍기라니 이게 왜 찍기야? 일단은 순서대로도 해봤고 거꾸로도 해봤잖아.
40.
What did you say this was for again?
The company's 25th anniversary.
이렇게 해볼까?
Looks like
이렇게?
it used to be on the last
바깥에 하고
pedestal.
안쪽부터. 꺼매기 찾는다고? 아니야, 어차피 이거는 조합 문제라 숫자는 나왔고 조합만 하면 되는 거라. 46. 그 다음에 옆에 있던 게 2. 그리고 25? 에이, 잘못 눌렀어. 취소. 삭제.
That's not it.
아니고. 40. 6. 25. 2.
That didn't work. Focus might find something I missed.
아까 스캔했을 때 일로가 혼잣말로 힌트 줬다고요? 뭐 조합이 뭐 어디에 올라가면 어쩌고저쩌고 하는데 뭐 어디에다가 두라는 얘기인지 모르겠어. 뭐 개수 몇 개 없으니까 한번 해보지 뭐. 40. 아까 한 거 뭐였지? 2로 시작하는 건 다 해본 거 같은데. 그러니까 거꾸로를 안 했나? 42. 25. 6. 40. 2. 6. 25.
That did it. You can almost see the whole
보이는데?
city from up here.
Corner office. Impressive view.
숫자 조합인데 어떤
Let's see if the
방식으로
data on Leviathan is here.
매칭을 하는 건지 방식은 몰라. 그냥 찍으니까 됐어.
Well, it's official.
찍은 거 인정했다고요? 무슨
I'm
소리예요?
Sasaki, CEO,
저 정도면 추론해서 한 거지.
and the
숫자를
worst daughter in the
추론해내.
world. Security
세
had to
번째랑
escort
네
Dad
번째랑
to his
위치가
bird.
바뀌는 거라고요?
Guess we'll be speaking through lawyers from now
둘이
on.
마주 보게끔 둬야 된다 막 그런 얘기 하긴
Looking
하는
down
거
at the
보긴
world from
하는데.
here. It's hard to see the details. People become risk factors, statistics, far too easily. Omuramba was supposed to provide clean water, improve lives. It was easier to pretend there wasn't a problem. Easier to believe
어서 오세요.
a lie was truth. But I don't want to pretend anymore. I will build Leviathan right. No more shortcuts. No more lying just to save face. It won't undo our sins. My
저런 거 보면 개발자들은 오타쿠가 맞아.
but maybe we can still do some good.
이름 짓는 센스 좀 보라고.
She overthrew her father, took over the company, so that Leviathan wouldn't end up killing people.
It sounded
내가
like
왜?
she was
나는
covering up
왜?
Omuramba's failure.
She wasn't perfect.
모함하지 말라고요?
Not a paragon as
아니라고 부정도 할 수 없잖아.
but not a monster either. She tried to make up for her mistakes.
내가 주변에서
And now you know
본
the
사람들
truth.
봤을 때 개발자가 먹으린
As for
경우가
the
없어.
data,
아니라고요? 거짓말하지 마세요.
Yes, it's here. Downloading a copy now.
Is something wrong?
I think I'll stay here a while longer. There's a lot more data that I want to look through.
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own?
Down is always easier than up. Let's speak again when we're back at base.
Okay. I'll see you then.
팔 맘에 안 든다고
Well,
다시
after climbing
떼버렸어요.
all the way up, why not glide down?
Wait, you're going to what?
Just thinking about it.
뛰어내리면 제 끼약 하겠는데?
Going down.
뭐야 안 하잖아. 실망스럽다. 캐릭터 진짜 못생기게 만들었다고? 그게 더 얄밉지 않아? 잘 만들 수 있는데 못 만들어놨잖아. 아 낙하 중엔 또 안되네. 뛰어내리지 말걸. 팔이 너무 밋밋하대. 막 로켓 런처 같은 거 안 나가갖고 빈정 상했나봐. 다분히 의도적인 부분이 열받게 만든다고? 그러니까요. 일부러 그렇게 만들었다는 게 되게 사람 좀 약간 자극한다고 해야 되나? 저것도 저 높은 데서 뛰어내리면서 잡았으면 잡겠는데.
Having a good day?
Absolutely.
남의 팔은 로켓 안 나가잖아.
Your shoulder doing all right?
Focus on the task at hand. Ow!
I promise you, we'll find a way home.
Harriam, we're never getting that gyro compass back. We're stuck here. For good.
The ancestor reborn.
May we be led to truth.
Just, Aloy, what's this I hear about you never going back home?
Our navigational ships.
They're all gone. Destroyed by storms and reefs, and with them the one instrument we need to guide us across the ocean.
There is one ship that might still hold a working gyro compass.
But it's beyond our reach, beached on an island surrounded by deadly currents. No compass, no way home, no way back to those we should have never left behind in the first place.
Christia.
You mentioned you left someone behind?
My wife, Leandra. She works the field in the Great Delta. When I was chosen for
뭐요?
this mission, she begged me not to come. She was scared I wouldn't return. And like always, she was right. I left without saying goodbye, and now I won't ever see her again.
So you two are soldiers?
Navigators, actually. I'm Harriam, and this is Christia.
이것이 PC라고?
So you two know how to
그러니까
use
얘네들이
this
하도
instrument?
막 수작질을
The
부려놔갖고
gyro
저런
compass.
게 좋게 안
Only I know how
보인다니까.
to read it. The diviners trained me. Harriam was chosen to memorize the charts found in the legacy.
So you can't navigate the fleet without each other?
It is the Quen way. The greater the knowledge held by one person alone, the greater the risk it'll be used against the Empire, should we be captured by our enemies.
Your tribe sure is cautious. So what is this gyro compass you're looking for?
It's a device used by the ancestors to help pinpoint a ship's location, but it only works if the readings are compared to a chart.
How'd you get your hands on something like that?
I guess it's safe to tell you since you carry the gift of the ancestors. The diviners found them on ancient vessels back in our homeland and modified them so we could use them on our ships. Without them, we're at the mercy of the seas.
아니야, 근데
You said what you need is on
여자라고
a ship
했어.
somewhere.
Yes. The ship we were stationed on. The night we approached landfall, a sudden squall hit the fleet. While some ships managed to find safe harbor here, ours ran aground. The crew abandoned ship, hoping the ocean would spare us.
I thought we'd drown for sure. Thank the ancestors we somehow got washed up on a beach southwest of here. Scouts found us and brought us to landfall. Not that
남자였던
it
여자라고.
matters. The
끔찍하군.
only ship with the gyro compass is grounded and surrounded by deadly currents.
Maybe I can help.
Not unless you can fly.
I can't do that. But if I find a way, I'll come back.
She's an ancestor reborn.
날탈이 있어야지
really
할 수
can.
있는 건가?
I will not let myself hope just yet, but I thank you for your kindness.
전생에 트잔이 모르겠다고? 아니 그게 또 거기까지 가? 중단 중. 10인의 날개를 완료할 때까지 중단된 상태입니다. 10인의 날개요? 그런 거 아직 못 봤던 것 같은데 저건 좀 나중인가 보지. 우리 집 어딨어?
My fingers feel stiff in this cold.
라오어요. 안 해. 님들이나 해. 한정판이나 사서 해. 그거 요즘에 얼마 할까?
Aloy. Aloy. I'm glad you're here. I wanted to give you this for helping me get the data on Leviathan. I didn't really know what to give you, so I asked Zoe what you might like.
Thanks, Alpha. I'll put it to good use. Have you looked through the data we recovered on Leviathan?
There is
외출만
much to
하고 오면
sort
애들이
through
뭐 이렇게
still,
하고 싶은 말이
but
많은지.
I believe we'll be able to get it operational and turn back the floods. And I've given more thought to everything we've uncovered about the ancestors. The overseers would have us believe they were infallible paragons. But Pharaoh wasn't. Not even close. His greed led to machines that devoured the world. The archive of the Old One's knowledge destroyed, just to erase his mistakes. So, when we learned that Eileen had a hand in covering up hundreds of deaths, I started to think they were all the same. Selfish, egotistical, cruel. But, in the end, it's not that simple. The truth isn't a straight line of ink on a crisp scroll. It's a splatter, smudged and faded on stained parchment. I wish more Quen could see that, instead of looking the other way, or twisting the truth to serve their own schemes.
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No, nor the rest of the Board of Overseers. As Eileen said, it's easier to believe the lie is truth, but it's worth fighting for. And this diviner, at least, won't settle for anything less. For that, I thank you, Aloy.
Anything new around here?
Kotalo showed me the schematics for his new arm. I recall reading about robotic limbs within the Legacy, but I never thought I'd see one in action. Technology like that would be treasured back home. Think of what it could do for injured workers or soldiers. But knowing the Imperial family, they would use it for different purposes. Their own.
Replacing body parts as they grow older. Like the Zeniths.
Exactly. Great.
Something else you want to talk about?
What's wrong with your shoulder?
Yeah, it hurts a little. Yeah, maybe a lot.
What'd you do?
Well, I tried to arm wrestle with Kotalo.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a great idea.
I was just curious to see if that new arm of
위수랑
his was as
팔씨름을
strong as it
했다고?
looked. Turns out it really is.
안 부러진 게 다행이네.
I need to go.
Whenever you're...
주연이. 예방은 맨날 헷갈리더라.
You wish to discuss?
I bet people are curious about that new arm of yours.
None more than our Quen ally, I assure you. She couldn't wait to take it apart and figure out how it works. I gave her the data I used to build the thing, hoping that would satisfy her curiosity instead.
Good luck with that. Anything new going on I should know about?
The Quen has been more insistent than usual, asking about the visions at the Grove. Her pursuit of knowledge is relentless. The 10 would have a hard time fighting her off.
Just think of her like one of your chaplains.
Yes, only more persistent. We will...
어서 오십시오. 위수 달았는데 마음에 안 든다고 다시 뗐어요.
Welcome back.
여기는 한번 세팅해놓으면 계속 그거로 보여줘야 되는 거 아니야? 매번 이렇게 골라줘야 되나?
There we go. More data for the dome.
쟤 롱맨인 줄 알아. 마음에 안 들면 뭐 속성 바꿔서 달 거냐고? 솔직히 로켓 안 달려있으면 나도 달기 싫어.
Hello, Aloy.
So, I guess you heard all that below? With Beta?
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am
밥
pleased
먹다
to see
로켓
you
나가면
both
폭사하는데
found
그런
an
거 달고
agreeable
싶냐고.
resolution.
아니 누가 밥 먹다 로켓을 발사해요.
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation if you like.
우리 얘기 그만해요. 아 근데 뭐 또 새로운 게 생겼어.
So, about Beta. I never really saw the difference between us until now. She's been through so much. Completely
스토리
alone.
심취하라고? 아니 너무 고봉밥이야. 이게 중간중간 지나가면서 나오고 막 그래야지. 오 그렇군 하면서 보는데 막 한 번에 자꾸 때려 넣으니까
I
힘들지.
like to think of you as two miracles, born of Elizabeth Sobek.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, Gaia. When I set out to find a way to bring you back, I never thought we'd be here, like this. Among friends.
They have all come
이러다
a long
빵빵
way with
연대기
their
다 깨도 아는
improvised
내용 하나도
educations.
없다고? 아니거든? 지금
All
완전
has
잘 알고
suggested
있거든?
that one day we would
에일로이가
extend this
가이아
work to more tribal
다시
inhabitants, once the biosphere
만들고
has
있음.
been stabilized.
Yeah, that's not such
저
a
나올
bad
때마다
idea.
죽이고 싶은 클로즈업
As
나와서
long as
얼굴
you're
봐야
the one
된다고.
learning lessons.
그래도 옆에 좀 가렸잖아요.
Gaia, what was Elizabeth like?
제 미친 불의 왕이
Your
된다고요?
presence is
아니요
interwoven
저는
with my
기기군주로
memories.
여기에
The moment I
있는
came
모든
online,
생명체를 지배할
she was
겁니다.
there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate. Though I am glad she made
메카군주.
it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
저도 받은 내용인데.
She was okay with that. Thanks, Gaia. So what will happen to this place while we're at Gemini?
All systems within this facility will continue to operate. As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed to detection. Though without my presence, it is unlikely to attract attention.
Let's hope so.
가자 이제.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
왜 이런 데서 그래픽이 질이 떨어지지? 컷신 따위 보지 않는다고? 무슨 소리야?
right. Connection's in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy.
베타는 아까 어제 얘기할 때 좀 사망 플래그를 세우는 바람에 왠지 죽을 것 같아요. 가마솥 탐험이요. 한 번 하긴 했었는데 지나가다가 없으니까 안 하게 되더라고요.
Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too.
Mine as well.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected in narrative escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Capture imminent. Initiating contingency 13F.
전투 한번 하지 않을까?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Engaging autonomous defenses. Directive neutralize.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come.
Varl, stay here. Protect Beta.
왜죠?
Got it.
같이 싸우면 안 돼? 제발. 쟤 뭐 던져준다. 아이템 같은 거.
Get back!
It's no good. Gotta.
내 코가 석자라 못 도와줘.
Over here, you! Aloy, need a hand over here.
못 도와준다고 얘기했잖아.
Draw it away from Beta.
뭐 쟤한테 가게 내비둔다고 해서 뭐 문제 될까?
Stay back.
데리고 온다고 해서 꼬셔서 데리고 왔으면 책임지라고? 그걸 믿음? 순진하게. 이래서 복제품은 안 된다니까.
Over here, you!
너도 복제품이라고? 쟤랑 나랑은 좀 틀려.
Aloy, need a hand over here. Draw it away from Beta.
I'm not giving up.
함정 좀 써볼까?
Stay back. Get back.
찌릿찌릿거리 하다 죽게 생겼어요. 야, 지금 내가 죽게 생겼어. 사실 쟤 뭐 맞아도 뭐 특별한 거 없는 거 같은데 뭐 자꾸 도와달라고 난리야.
For now. I better check on Beta and Varl.
그래, 우리 노예가 되지 않기만 하면 된다고? 그 전에 죽이면 된다고?
You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled.
뭐
Deeper
튀었다고?
into the facility. I'll drive it back here.
I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime.
Keep her safe, Varl.
All my life.
I'll see my stash later.
저게 뭐임? 아, 모델? 원래 모델?
And I am from Holland, from Amsterdam. I won the award for my role in the campaign. I am blessed to be here, really, because this is a lovely festival. It's a festival for new. I see. To make new things happen.
서운하겠어요? 저렇게 만들어줘가지고.
No sign of trouble yet.
Machines that attacked are terrifying.
They were tough. But Aloy and I fought
Okay, I'm gonna chase after Hephaestus.
통장 보면 안 서운하다고? 그래, 그럴 수도 있지. 아이고, 죽은 거 아니야? 야, 나 모르고 그냥 뛰어서. 야, 나 살려줘. 살 방법이 없었어요. 다른 데 올라탔으면 살았을까? 정치적 올바른 선두에 선 거 본인이 반가워할까? 밑으로 가는 게 맞는 건가? 아, 야. 뭐 이렇게 쑥쑥 미끄러지냐? 아니, 난 앞으로만 살짝 갔는데 이거 홀라당 미끄러져 버렸어. 한 번도 실수 좀 조만 뭉치려고? 아니, 애가 쑥 미끄러졌다니까. 근데 어디로 해서 가야 되는 걸까요? 이렇게 좀 공격해서 떨어뜨리는 게 있는 건가? 영화계? 근데 모델은 또 말 그대로 모델이라 뭐 연기나 뭐 그런 쪽으로 좀 문제 있지 않을까? 아닌가? 뭐 잘하나? 쉴드링이 저기까지 가죠?
Maybe I can glide to that platform.
아 가끔 얘 이렇게 뛸 때 좀 저게 되나 싶은 그런 부분들이 보이면은 좀
Aloy,
그래요.
I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
이건 또 뭐야?
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there.
저게 어떻게 올라가지? 원래 배우인 사람이야?
Okay, now how to get up there?
방패를 안 쓰고 맨날 글레이딩으로만 한다고? 꼬물라서 어쩔 수가 없어요. 근데 저거 어떻게 올라감? 뭐 때리는 게 있는 거야? 이거로 쓸 줄은 몰랐는걸. 안 하겠다고 하면 레전드라고? 그치만 돈을 주는데 안 할까?
It's some kind of production chamber. Festus is up to something, all right?
What kind of machine
빠직빠직하는
is it
거.
trying to build?
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers won't go to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Festus is hiding too.
저거 나중엔 다시 싸우게 되겠지?
Festus is hiding. Looks like there are a couple of ways I could build.
Deploy autonomous defenses.
Machines are making a beeline in front of the chamber. I better follow them. Those machines are in a hurry.
같이 가. 저 위로 넘어가야
Catch
되는데.
a ride on one of those metal carriers. Catch a ride on a rail.
Aloy,
저쪽은 왜
I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, let me think.
타기는 저쪽에서 타는 것 같은데
What
저쪽으로
if
가려면 빙 돌아야
bypass
되나?
the processor? Connect it to...
The power node. I think that could work.
I think it could.
저기도 잡는 게 있는데? 독은 잡으면 안 될 것처럼 생겼어. 손 데일 것 같아.
Just a little more. I'll drive Hephaestus out of here.
There should be a node you can override near the central platform.
Thanks. Maybe I should deal with these machines first.
뭐야, 나 그런 게 떴는데 왜 안 돼? 뭐야 이거 왜 가려요? 저로 가요? 아 비켜! 안 보이잖아. 아이 진짜 열받게 하네. 잡은 건가? 뭐 하나 더 있었던 것 같은데. 쉽게 해줄 리가 없지.
Oh, great. More machines on the way.
Beta! Hephaestus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas? I'll see what I can do.
I gotta wait. Build up my stamina.
아, 하지 마. 아이 자꾸 잡긴 해. 치사하게. 한 마리는 못 올라오나 보네.
Increase incendiary loadout 5%.
아우 떨어지니까 잘 안 되네.
I got them all. I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Hephaestus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
또 도망가나 봐.
Caster 1-1.
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, I'd better not get comfortable.
Energy containment failed. Save for moment.
Great. Festus covered the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy! More machines keep coming! Please tell me you're getting close!
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side, too.
I guess Aaron's missing out!
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right?
매달릴 수 있나?
Or some luminous braiding.
You could reinforce it with a Alright. I drive Festus out. Got it.
얘 단단하다. 피가 없었네. 스톱 매겨서 데미지 주는 거는 좀 어떻게든 그래도 한방 컷이 나야 되는 거 아니야? 아니라고요? 아니 필사의 일격이잖아요. 한 방에 죽여야지.
There should be another node to override.
Got it.
이 매달리는 건 뭐지? 뭐야? 결국엔 되겠네요.
Oh, here we go again.
아우,
That doesn't sound good.
정리 안 하고 해갖고
I'll try to get your
애들
access back.
잘못들이 엄청 많아.
Increase power output by 74%.
뭐야, 너 꼬리 치워. 딴 애들 불대으로 다 죽은 건가? 근데 너무 많아. 조이가 안 돼. 괜히 한적생 활동하다가 제가 죽는 줄. 피 뭐야 이거?
In the fight.
큰 게 하나 있는데. 한 마리 넣었는데. 뭐야 저 조그만 애네 또 나와? 큰 애는 어디 갔대? 저기 있네.
There. Node access restored. Now you can operate it.
Work?
You did the heavy lifting. 다 넣은 건가? 다 정리하고 불렀어야 되는데.
Okay. Festus is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
Machine that Festus is building. It must have finished it.
보스전하러 가겠군.
It's powerful, whatever it is.
Wow,
I'm almost
앉아봐.
done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
No. Just stay where you are, okay? Handling the machine's my job.
보스전하라고 아예 다 아이템을 주네.
Deploying priority.
뭐다 올려놔. 와, 다 떠내잖아.
Things on its legs are glowing. I think it's charging up. Not gonna wait. Build up my stamina.
했는데 옆에가 더 잘린 건가?
They got plasma on me. It's gonna explode any second.
진동.
Got its tail. It's charging up again.
아이고. 아 저리 가요. 아 진짜. 이건 내가 갖고 있어야지만 괜찮아.
Maybe perch water can dampen its attack.
잡아서. 아, 야, 팀이 너무 많아. 없는 것 좀, 없는 걸로 좀. 엄청 데미지 센데.
It's done.
You did it! There should be one more node to override.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you.
왜 함정으로 잡았는데 이 정도면 과학 승리지. 밀립 승리야. 테크노 바바리안. 근데 또 테크노 바바리안이 입에 또 붙어요. 이쪽에 상자 하나 더 있는 것 같은데.
No more hiding, Hephaestus!
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
And then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta.
이렇게 호락호락할 것 같지 않은데.
And you, Laurel.
저거 봐요. 지금 또
Couldn't have done any of this without you.
사망 대사 하고
Right back
있잖아.
at you, Aloy.
저렇게 얘기하면 분명히 누구 중에 한 명 죽는다고.
Aloy, the core is stable. Hephaestus is 100% contained. Now we better get started with the merge. It's all set up. Gaia, establish the link, please.
Done.
To complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus' malicious code. Carefully.
뭐 따라하고 있는 것 같은데? 보자마자 한 보자마자 바로 따라하는 것도 재능이야. 할 줄 몰라서 훔쳐본다고. 날탈 챙긴 건가? 저런 식이지.
Well, hello, redundant copy. You cost us quite a lot of time. Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're at it.
방어 막 목에 찍지 않았을까? 택도 없네.
Come on, quit screwing around.
Yeah, we're having fun, right?
이럴 줄 알았어. 다 끝나지도 않았는데 고맙다고 얘기해갖고 지금 한 명도 죽었잖아. 쟤는 안 죽이고 그냥 가? 왜?
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport. Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her! I can't even see her!
쟤네도 참 허술하다. 주인공 안 죽여갖고 저렇게 일을 망치네. 저 여자는 저기 베타랑 얘기하다 보면은 그나마 얘를 챙겨줬던 애라고 나와요. 엘리자베스랑도 좀 친분이 있었던 사람인 것 같고 그래서 도와주나 봐.
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay.
착하다. 집밥도 챙겨주고.
What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art. Or the insight we might gain.
She's pulling out her own hair. Out of madness, out of grief. It's hard to watch her suffer.
동숲박물관.
Stunning, isn't it? Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Van Vianen's lidded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silk. Done so soon.
볼 필요 없는 것 같은데.
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. There's nothing wrong with savoring such
뭐야,
treasures
올라가는데
for a
초원하면서
moment.
올라가지진 않네.
Or come upstairs and we'll get down to business. Your choice.
There you are. Feeling better? How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
동료는 죽고 끝인가? 걔는 안 구해줬나?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life.
흑역사를 보다니.
At my back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down. There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
우리가 할 수 있다고 얘기하는 거 보니까 얘도 좀 나쁜 애 같아.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
그쵸, 얘 좀 수상하지, 말하는 게.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
쟤네도 망해서 온 거네.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked
무조건 다음
his
편으로
focus?
넘어가는 거 아니냐고요? 3부작이니까 그럴 수도 있을 것 같은데.
He's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hikaru and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zeniths?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hikaru.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot, is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
저렇게
Well,
쉽게 안 될 것
hundreds of
같은데.
Tanakh are cut down outside. So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning, a touchy subject in those days, because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
너무 찬양하는데?
I guess I know the feeling. My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
아니 제가 배신한 거지. 그게 내 탓이야. 주인공의 매력에 푹 빠졌대잖아.
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted this to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
First Pharaoh. Now Hikaru and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire
발을은 그렇게
tribe.
죽고 끝이야? 너무 허망하게 죽은 거 아니야?
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn.
이 뭐야 갑자기?
Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
틸다 실제 본체가 왕년에 잘 나가던 시절이고.
Lieutenant, your men are already dead.
Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible.
쟤도 원래 모델이 있나 보죠?
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
모델이 없으면 PC를 못 한다고? 참네. 엄마 의자?
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra projection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
안 들리게 무슨 얘기 했는데.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Silent's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakth. The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Silence to the table.
Not if. When. Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
이거 하면 날칼 생기나 보다.
We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
아까 걔 모델이 매트릭스 그 여주인공이야?
No, Lieutenant, your men are already dead.
매트릭스도 이제 몇 년 전이죠?
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other units can't hear us?
Of course focused on. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering.
곰이 생각해보니까 그렇게
I
생긴 것
sent you
같기도
data
하다고.
on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Are there any agents?
그런가?
God damn it.
You have to focus, Trinity. There's a phone at Wilson Lake.
모델링에 무슨 저렇게 비싼 사람을 썼대?
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can't I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Kutalo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So... After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith, Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... At least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first, we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
그런 거 치고는 엄청 침착해요.
It's all going to be okay.
You look busy.
메인키 2개? 그럼 얼마 안 남았네.
Especially after Cauldron Gemini. Varl, Beta, Gaia.
그래도 오늘 엔딩
And that's just the
보기에는
beginning.
좀
The Zeniths
벅차겠죠?
want to rob us of our future too.
We won't let that happen. Tilda, the Zenith that Beta mentioned, she was the one who rescued me.
Did she say why?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. Seems to think helping me is honoring her in some way. She was willing to share information on both Silence's plans and the other Zeniths.
But you still don't trust her. Where I come from, the more valuable the knowledge shared, the higher the price extracted. I'd be careful if I were you, Aloy.
So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes, I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tenakth, an entire culture based on the holograms of an ancient museum. There's much they've misinterpreted, not unlike the Quen. But
이걸
still,
몇 달째 하냐고?
there's a nobility
아, 나
to
며칠
what
하지도
they do.
않았어.
They're honorable and fearless.
중간에 잠깐
And deadly.
쉬었을 뿐.
How are you holding up?
Varl's loss is heavy on everyone's mind. I didn't know him well, but I can see how much he meant to the others. Zoe and Aaron seem to have taken to it the hardest, but I don't quite know what to say to them.
They need time to sort through it.
And what about you? Will time heal your wounds?
작년부터는 좀 심하지 않아?
I try not to think about it. Seems like everyone's ready to take the fight to the enemy.
Kotalo more than most. If I were this Regala, I wouldn't want to cross him on the battlefield.
Regala still has a lot of machines on her side.
That's where you come in, I suspect.
If my plan works. I should get going. Be ready to go on my signal, okay?
I won't let you down.
I know.
I thought you were gonna go fight some Tanakh.
I wanted to check in with you first.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just, picking up the pieces like everyone else. I'll be there when you need me.
I never doubted that.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're back.
So am I. I know you hate waiting, but you'll have to stay back here a little longer.
Well, you go do what you gotta do, but are you okay? It's not just Varl we lost. Beta's gone. I almost lost it when I realized my sister had been taken by Derval back in the Sundom.
I'm getting her back. That's all that matters.
Understood.
Do you think...
이 와중에도 저거 하자고 하면 하겠지.
I don't think anyone's ever okay after losing the one they love. I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did. That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
팔이요? 아마 이따가 붙여서 나오지 않을까?
You in the middle of a game?
Varl and I were playing before you guys went to Gemini. Yeah, we said we'd pick up where we left off once we were back here, but... You think you want to finish the game? I don't think I can just put it away, you know? I mean, if you have the time.
노잼 게임에다가 이렇게 사연을 붙여버리네. 바르르 게임. 아 진짜 이어서 하는 게 있어.
We can play another time if you want.
I need to get going.
You better get there before Katalo tries to take on Regala's entire army.
이래도 안 할 거야.
Do me a favor.
똥 게임이라고 한 거 미안하게 만들어 버리네.
I'll do my best.
대화 다 하지 않았나? 또 뭐가 또 있네.
Hey, do you...
Sure.
Tilda's the one who rescued me. Same one that spoke to Beta when none of the others would.
Did she say why she saved you?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. Seems to think helping me is honoring her in some way. She was willing to share information on both Silence's plans and the other Zeniths.
But you still don't trust her. Where I come from, the more valuable the knowledge shared, the higher the price extracted. I'd be careful if I were you.
그치, 좀 이상하지. 도와주는 게 좀 석연치가 않지.
I have to go now.
May the ancestors guide you.
어서 오세요.
Over here, Aloy. We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plainsong and further east to the Nora sacred lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Vala. He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Vala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds. As verdant limbs wither, roots rot in snow, still the sea rises, as certain as stone. From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us. I'm with child, Aloy. I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini. Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
그래, 계속 쫓아와줬는데.
He always knew.
Goodbye, Varl. I promise to look after them. I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear. Then I'll use it on a sunwing and get ready for an entrance Regala will never forget.
그럼 안녕.
I can feel this frost down to my bones.
이거는 나머지는 내일 할까요? 지금 엔딩까지 가기에는 조금 분량이 있는 것 같고 좀 애매하게 남은 것 같네. 무슨 소리냐고? 아니 오늘 엔딩 못 보잖아. 그러면 딱 여기에서 적당히 컷을 해야 하지 않을까? 왜 못 본다고 생각하냐고?
find us
각이 안
somewhere.
나와요. 딱 봐도
I think
아니야.
there's some roosting at the top of the mountain.
Just you wait, Varl. We're taking those space lights down.
Think you can
저녁
manage
시간도
things
안
here
됐다고?
while I go
어디
look for
살아
them?
도대체?
Stopping Regala's war. It'll help us take the fight to the Zeniths?
Yes.
Then I'll make sure the rest of us are ready upon your return.
Okay.
엔딩 보려고 내일 연가 썼다고요? 아, 전 안 썼잖아요.
I know we both want to make the Zeniths pay for what they've done, but once we
각이
infiltrate
안
their
나와.
base,
오늘은 아니야.
our priority will be to get Gaia and Beta out of there.
Don't
내일
worry.
엔딩 보자 내일.
I won't go seeking revenge like some blood-crazed Tenakth. Wherever your arrow strikes, mine will fall.
생각보다 금방 보네.
Let's hope we hit our targets.
다음에 할 거 허겁지겁 만들어 놔야겠는데.
We'll be facing Spectre drones soon. Erend and Katalo have fought them before, so
Already asked them to run us through some combat drills. Aaron moves like an oaf, but he's good with that hammer.
how's Erend doing?
For a moment
네,
there,
바로
he thought he'd lost both
주문해야겠어요.
you and Varl. But he never truly succumbed to
삼각전략
despair.
아직도 주문 안 했냐고?
Guess
아니
that
좀 더
also
기다리면
means
가격
stubbornness
더
comes in
떨어질
handy
줄 알고.
sometimes.
I need to get going.
Whatever you plan on doing against Regala, you better return to us in one piece.
실화냐? 그럼 우리 산리스 씨나 하자. 제가 그런 거 기다리려면 다른 게임 하고 와야 된다고? 아니 잠깐 사이에 가격이 떨어질 수도 있지. 사람이 너무 부정적이야. 라워드 일주일은 가격 방어했다고? 대단하다. 일주일이나?
Okay, I need to find a sunwing to override. Better head up the mountain.
일단 꼬시는 것까지만 해볼까? 정가에 사서 할인할 때 한다고요? 누가요? 제가요? 미쳤습니까? 그렇게 했던 건 어크밖에 없었어. 그때도 뭐 때문에 바빠갖고 방송 못 켜갖고 안 했었던 것 같은데. 와, 그때 한번 내가 그때 얼마나 바빴으면은 얼마나 바쁘면 게임도 못해. 그런 바쁜 시기를 겪은 나한테 이런 식으로
There are sunwings up here.
섭섭해.
We'll have to approach them quietly.
그 시즌 여행 간 거 아니냐고? 아, 그랬던 것 같아요.
Catch the sunlight. Probably a fast flyer too.
섭섭한데 라이브러리에 썩고 있는 게임들이라고. 와, 날탈 타보자.
This is it. I'm in the air.
저런 벌써 투가 나왔다고요. 아바타냐고. 원시 부족 날탈로 현혹시키는 건 아바타잖아. 배럴로.
Whoa! Head rush. Tilda, I'm in the air.
Then you'll want to pick up an energy cell on one of the ancient Horus Titans. But first you must send out a pulse to activate them. I've sent you the necessary software. To deploy it, you'll have to override one of the communication
비행사
machines
조련
you refer
허가증은
to as
평판자켓으로
Tallnex.
구했냐고요?
There's one in the
평판자
middle
팔
of the desert
애들이
that should
없어서
do nicely.
안 했습니다.
On it.
아, 이것도 조정하기 지저분하게 해놨네.
There's a tall neck. Need to get on top of its head. how to land this
조작만 좀
thing.
봐. 아니 이거 이 머리 위치를 해주는 게 방향키로 해놨어. 그래갖고 좀 지저분하네.
Made it. Just got over. Okay, Tilda. I've overridden the tall neck.
Good. And the energy cells are now primed. Simply pick one up on a Horus. The nearest one
또
should be northwest
궁금하네.
of your
아
position.
요거까지만 할까?
Dropping it on Regala's machine should produce quite a
원주민들
spectacle.
놀래키는 것까지만 할까?
Thanks for the assist.
I told you, I want to help.
어휴 뭐야 잡아가네. 날아가는데도 뭔가 되게 빨리 가는 느낌이 안 난다. 숫자는 빨리 주는데.
There's the energy cell. Right on the Titan's back. Got the cell. Now on to the grove. Pulse from Tonic should have reactivated all the energy cells in the region. I should be able to pick up more from the Horus I'll fly to. It'll be useful. After I deal with Regala.
뭔가 나는 게 좀 심심한데? 생각보다 빠르지가 않아. 걔가 제트기처럼 빠르기를 바라는 거거든요. 아니 쟤는 제트기라고 봐야 되지 않아? 제트기도 날개 부러기면서 나는 거 아니었어?
Regala's inside. Kara will soon be dead. It's all over, Chaplain.
I gotta drop it now. Here it goes.
Is that? It's Aloy. She flies on the wings of the Ten. The tide has turned. Push through.
너무 희말이 없이 말하는 거 아니에요?
End of the line, Carl. Now on your knees, and I'll give you the death you didn't have the spine to give me.
They're down! The machines! All of them! They're down!
What? How's that possible?
Regala! Enough bloodshed! Let's settle this. You and me.
Easy to say when you're on top of a machine.
Well, that was just to get your attention. I don't need any help to take you down.
Fine. I accept your challenge. And once I'm
족장은
done,
저등치로
I'll
싸움도
get to
못하나
finish
봐.
the slaughter.
We'll see about that.
The duel is set. Let none interfere.
So
Now you show strength!
덩치 크다고 함정 아니 싸움 잘한다는 건 편견이라고? 아 잠깐만 너는 함정 안 밟니? 함정 좀 밟아줄래? 내가 이렇게 정성스럽게 해놨잖아. 아니 코앞에서 이렇게 한 땀 한 땀 정성 들여서 해놨는데
The rain will wash your filth from the land.
아니 얘 봐 얘가 더 야비하잖아. 뭐 자꾸 밀리기만 하냐.
Alright, so that's how it's gonna be.
잠깐. 어차피 내려올 거 아니야. 내려올 거니까 여기다 함정 신나게 깔아놓자. 뭐야, 야비하게 활전할 거야? 함정도 진짜 터뜨려오르네.
Keep me in the fight.
Are you here to play or fight?
아, 위로 던져야 되는데. 저기 또 맞네? 아, 치사하게 네가 와하잖아. 뚜껑을 벗겨야지 뒤로 들어갈 텐데.
Strike at me! I'll slit the muscles from your body and hang you from a tree!
아니, 제 갑옷 때문에 그럴 거예요. 스파이크를 여러 개 던지는 게 있는데, 이건가?
Don't give up the pain! Use it!
또 떨어져. 주인공이 계속 발리는데.
This is where it ends.
Yeah, it is.
Soon your blood will be mine.
피하는 거 봐.
You think you can defeat me like...
내가 쥐 옆에서 컷신 보는데 꼭 내가 털리는 것처럼 연출한다고.
This is my strength.
사람한테 폭발 스파이크 던진다고? 아니 쟤는 무기에다 저거 발라서 오잖아요. 이거 옷 벗기기 게임이야? 또 옷 벗기고 있네.
Child of the weak.
도망쳐.
I'll tear that braided head from your body.
갑옷 벗으면 뭐 배울 일 없지.
Here I am again, on my knees before bootlets and cowards. Go ahead, run me through.
Shut your mouth, traitor.
It was you who flew in on the wings of the 10. You who challenged her. By our rights, you must decide her fate. I spared her once. It only made things worse. She was the best of my marshals. What a waste.
She's dangerous, all right. But maybe that's exactly what I need.
Cowards! What more do you have to conspire about?
Whether you live or die.
얘를 부하로 쓴다? 주인공이 말하는 건 부하로 써먹고 싶어 하는 것 같은데 여기서 그냥 죽일 수도 있나봐요. 데리고 갈까 일단? 죽이는 건 그냥 여기서 끝이지만 데리고 가면 얘가 또 뒤통수 쳐줄 수도 있잖아.
I'm not here to forgive you for your crimes. But there's another battle ahead. Against an enemy more powerful than anything you can imagine. And I need people. A squad. That's willing to do whatever it takes.
I don't want your mercy.
아 급한 대로 사람 써야지. 발을 빈자리가 생겼잖아요.
The battle I'm talking about will be charging into a nightmare.
A better death than this? Yes. My blood is yours. Your enemies are mine.
Meet us at our stronghold, in the mountains near Plainsong.
You mean to send her alone? Without even an armed guard?
She does not need it.
I will be there. You have my word.
I'll hold you to it.
Chief, there's something you both need to see. In the throne room.
저렇게 따르는 것도 좀 웃기지 않아? 저것도 어떻게 보면 또 일종의 클리셰잖아요? 난 저런 장면이 좀 많이 이해가 안 됐었는데. 포켓몬 오마주라고? 아, 두드려 패갖고?
So, state it.
It's for her alone. From an interested party.
I'm gonna need some privacy.
Clear the room. Put him with the rest of Regala's soldiers.
I'll see you back at base.
You saved the tribe. Let me help you with your mission.
No. With Regala gone, you have a chance to build the future you dreamed of. So get to your task.
Then at least allow me to give you this. Armor for the battle ahead.
전설템이겠죠?
Thank you.
소울이라고? 아니 설마 족장님이 전설도 아니는 애매한 거 주겠어?
Do you have any idea what you've just done?
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you too, Silence.
Congratulations on your victory. You saved the Tanakh for a few weeks. Unfortunately, you've doomed the entire planet as well.
Wrong. I don't need a Tanakh army to defeat the Zeniths.
Oh, Aloy. Have you learned nothing about the enemy we're up against?
More than you, hiding whatever hole you found. My idea is just better than anything you ever came up with.
Go on.
No, not here. We're doing this my way. Face to face, and with the weapon you've developed.
And why would I agree to that?
Because I'm your only way of beating the Zeniths, and getting the copy of Apollo that's on their ship. So meet me at my base. Mountains west of Plainsong. Time to submit to the inevitable silence
거기가
and follow
무슨
the
정보
person who
장소야?
actually
다
knows
보이네.
what she's doing. Don't be late. Tilda, you there? I did it. Silence is on board, so head to my base.
Impressive. I'll be there as soon as I can.
다 모이네.
Now that I can fly, I might want to see what else I can do before I head back.
Send it straight, Captain. So, Aloy, you've added yet another deed to your name, and I'm
거의
guessing by the
막바지예요.
look in your eyes
막바지인데
that
엔딩곡이
you're
좀
not
벅차갖고
done
여기까지만
yet.
하려고.
Not quite.
Is there anything we can do? We owe you that much.
After everything you've been through, you're one of the best people to support Hikaru's bid for peace. Not just between the clans, but with the Karja too.
Then I will. You have my word.
And until my last breath, I'll make sure the tribe remembers all that you've done for us.
방종 중독이라고? 야, 방종 중독은 뭐야?
Ateka, I figured I'd see you here.
Of course. The Lowland clan fought for our own today. And like the day Hikaru conquered the Grove, we stand victorious.
습관성 방종.
I see the same look in his
어이없네.
eyes as I did then. Hope restored. His vision for us endures.
He'll need your continued support, I'm sure.
And he will always have it.
맨날 방송할
Thank you
거면
for
왜
everything.
방종하냐고?
Aloy.
이 사람들 안 될 사람들이네.
Train in the arena.
And so the Wings of the Ten found us when things were at their direst.
I'm not some legend come to life, Jitaka.
방종 중독이 아닌 걸
We
증명해보라고요.
will always be in your debt.
아니 이게 왜 중독이냐고. 시작이 있으면 끝이 있는 건 당연한 거지.
Aloy, never doubted you knew how to make an entrance, but that, ooh, that was something else.
Didn't think I'd find you here.
딴 동네에서 만나는
You
여기
know, I
다
just thought a
모여있네.
battle that'll be sung about for generations wouldn't sound as epic if the desert commander were missing.
금방 좀 껌을 씹던지 금방 좀 패치를 붙이든지 하라고.
I would not have shown Regala mercy. But who am I to argue with the champion killer?
Say the chief gets his way.
지각은 하지만 방종 시간은 지킨다고 하죠.
Aloy! Back with the wings of the ten.
May your blade be forever sharp.
Wish I could have seen Regala's face when she saw you flying on that machine.
I don't know. I've heard there are lands.
Wish I could have seen Regala's face when she saw you flying on that machine.
Did you hear about the visions? That one's changed too.
Next time I'm on
You've earned this soldier's respect. Rugara's defeat was the only outcome that could.
이게 뭐지? 새 퀘스트. 퀘스트가 여기저기 좀 생겼거든요? 여기도 하나 있고 여기도 생겼고 그게 다네? 뭐 그렇게 특별한 거 같진 않은데? 이제 날아다니냐고요? 네, 날탈 부르면 오더라고. 요거까지만 받고 끌까? 아, 이것만 하고 끌까를 지금 몇 번 얘기하는 거지? 날탈. 근데 날탈이 그 속도 이렇게 밑에 지나가는 거 보면은 속도가 그렇게 느린 것 같진 않은데 애가 활공을 해서 그런가 되게 느려 보여. 밋밋해. 얘는 언제 죽냐고? 글쎄. 이거 있으면 톨렉은 다 날로 먹겠네.
Are you almost done?
I was annoyingly impatient at your age, too.
Everything okay? What are you doing out here?
네,
Ask
좀
my
속도감이
grandmother.
없어요.
I risked leaving guard duty to look for her. She stopped to see the bloom, and now she won't leave. Since when does she care about flowers?
They're not just flowers, child. They're scarlet stems with a scent that soothes the nerves. Or so I was told many years ago by an Utaru seed tracker.
An Utaru? Now you're telling stories. If one trespassed here back then, you'd have killed him on sight.
I couldn't. Found him picking flowers, right near here in Tanakh territory. I was all set to strike him down, but he was singing.
Singing?
Can't remember the tune now. Just the lilt of his voice. And his name. Nilo. He decided to stay for a day or two. I took guard duty here so I could keep coming back to him. And he kept delaying his return to Plainsong. For the flowers, he said.
Please don't tell me I'm descended from an Utaru gardener.
Almost. Almost. But the thrill of battle called to me, and he had to return to his people.
헤이아치컷은 민기 아니고 빠진 거라고? 거짓말. 어떻게 그렇게 빠져. 민 거겠지.
Would he welcome me in Plainsong? Or at least accept a scarlet stem?
It's a long way to Plainsong, but I get back there now and then.
누가 머리를 그렇게 미냐고요? 헤이아치요.
Please. He was an herbalist there. I know the time has long since passed, but I'd like to know. Well, I'd like him to know. You know what I mean.
I think I do.
Encouraging an old woman? Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't I?
할머니 연애를 도와주는 건가 봐. 아, 이건 또 궁금하네.
Thanks for going to Plainsong for me, Outlander.
이 퀘스트 이름이 뭐지? 비행하기도 있는데. 여기 있다.
Yeah. Thanks.
아, 이 가져올 꽃은 네가 하자. 아, 이거까지 이렇게 해서 갖다 줘야 돼? 양심 없네. 이건 동맹이잖아.
All this sweat, and I'm still not cooling off.
아, 갱신 좀 빨리빨리 좀 해줘요.
I should look for the herbalist. Might still be Nilo. I could give him the scarlet stems.
약 조사. 아, 표시해주네. 아, 아까 보였을 때 할 거.
Outlander, what can I do for you?
You're the herbalist here, right? Are you Nilo?
No, Nilo was before my time. I think he went up north a while back to Riverhim. Why? Do you need a special salve?
약 초사가 여기 있는 건
No,
아픈
but
사람들
someone
올라오다
else
죽으라는
does,
거냐고?
anyway. Thanks. I'll try Riverhim.
There's a grove there, a memorial, a beautiful greenery. If he's there, I bet he'll be tending it.
Thanks again.
Glad I could help. I hope you...
이 정도도 못 올라오는 나약한 자에게 줄 약은 없다 이거지. 건강한 사람만 건강해질 수 있다고.
Okay, Riverhim. I should look for Nilo. Give him the scarlet stems. The herbalist in Plainsong said he might be near the memorial grove. Did she say Nilo?
어디서 얘기한 거야?
Hi there.
이미 죽은 거 아니야?
Nora, here. You're a long way from home.
I suppose I am. I'm looking for an herbalist named Nilo. I think I heard you say his name.
You've come to the right place. His seeds were buried here, where he tended the blooms of others, including my mother's. I'm his daughter, Gia.
How long has he been gone?
Some 5 years now. He put a lot of love into this grove.
이름이 어때서?
Almost as much as he gave me. That's why I could never abandon Riverhim.
I'd like to leave some flowers, if I may, from an old friend of his.
Scarlet stems. They're rare in these parts, but they were his favorite. I never knew why. He planted them whenever he could, but never picked them. Preferred to just watch them bloom.
Sounds about right. So he was a good man who led a full life?
He was. And he did. I don't know who this old friend is, but if my father liked them, they must be a good soul.
대국박이 티셔츠 뭐? 대국박이라니.
Look, the Outlander's back.
I can still see well enough, girl.
Is my long vigil over? You have word from my grandmother's gardener?
Yes and no. I laid the scarlet stems at his grave. His favorite flower, according to his daughter. Always loved to watch them bloom.
대전박이 참네.
He's gone. But he did think of me over the years. That'll have to be enough.
Really? That's it? Are you sure you got the right herbalist?
Huh. Seemed like you thought it was a fool's errand.
Well, it's just that it meant something to you. It could have been a whole other life.
Could have been. But this life hasn't turned out so bad. Even have a granddaughter who cares enough to come looking for me out in the wilds. And I've still got scarlet stems to remind me of Nilo.
Sounds like your grandmother's got it all figured out.
Maybe she does. Just tell me the next time you want to come out here, okay? Instead of disappearing?
Maybe I will. Here, Outlander. Take this. For helping an old woman to remember she was once young.
그러고 보니까 족장님이 뭐 줬지? 뭐야? 매우 희귀 줬잖아. 전설 달래니까. 실망스럽다 진짜. 이거 줬네. 매우 희귀도 좋은 거라고? 아, 난 이제 전설 아니면 안 입는다고. 사치 좀 그만 부리라고. 옷은 빨았냐고요? 아, 매번 건조기까지 알차게 돌리고 있거든요. 자기 전에 세탁하고 잔다고. 됐어. 이제 각이 섰습니다. 엔딩 각이에요. 내일 엔딩 봅시다. 오스맥 시커먼 원래 이런 색이었어. 원래. 그러면 안녕히 주무시고요. 티치콘 업데이트하라고? 알겠습니다. 네, 주문해놓고 자야죠. 아니, 생각보다 엔딩 금방 보네. 메인만 달리면 금방이라고 하더니. 네, 그러면 안녕히 주무세요. 들어가시고요.